Okay, this is for a starter for a 99 Ford F-150 with a 4.2, a little V6. And if you didn't know, and I don't know that you can see it, but it's, well, I know you can't see it, but you can come through here. You can get the lines and stuff out of the way, and the very top bolt is right there beside that solenoid. I can't quite get the light to shine on it, but you can come in this way, but the easiest way is from underneath, which is the way I'm going to do it. For me, I don't have a whole lot of tools for this job. Crescent wrench, a little crescent wrench. The bottom bolt had been broke off before I got the truck, so it's got a 14 millimeter in it, and I'm pretty sure the top one is probably a 12, but it's been rounded, so I'm using a 6.5 inch, which should fit it. So why don't we get started? I'm going to try real hard to keep my hands out of the way. So I do this. This would be a lot easier if I just brought out my air tools. Oops, sorry about that. The ground strap goes to the bottom bolt. Why? I have no idea. That's just how they did it. Oh, and if you're wondering about my hand, that's not an injury. That's poison ivy, and I'm just trying to keep it from spreading all over by covering it up. We had a storm here a little while back with about 90 mile an hour winds, and it took down my tree in my backyard. So that's why you got poison ivy, because the tree had poison ivy. Poison ivy or poison oak or something like that. Let's see if I got the right extension. This one may be a little too long, or not long enough. I'm not sure which. Now the question is, can I get to it? I know I can, because I've already done this once. Oh, and make sure you disconnect your battery. Yep, you're staring at the ground. Okay, I will try this again. Without bumping the camera. I just don't know if I can get my wrenching on it. Without dropping everything. Oh. Oh, this is taking a lot longer than what it should have to. Well, that was one teeny tiny little turn. Okay, this is where I got to get in where you're at. Because I need two hands, not one. Yeah. And one just to push up on the starter a little bit. And the starter just drops out, and you see this really, well, no, you can't see that. See that mess there? That's where she burned up. And this is where I use okay, I'm replacing all the cables. So as you can see, this thing really just cooked. I'm pretty sure this engine is hydro locked because it did it to me once before. But when you go to put this thing back in, watch your placement of this cable and the placement of this cable, because see, it's got a tang on it. I'm going to cut that tang off and get it out of the way. When I bought this truck, it had a bad starter, and I replaced it, and I did not pay attention to the placement of that tang, and oddly enough, it was touching that bolt right there. So as soon as I hooked up the battery, this thing started cranking. So this would be better to do it if you had all the right size sockets with me and stuff. Could have just got down here and done this, but this is doing it with the bare minimum of tools. And that wire just absolutely fried. I'm sure that the inside of this thing is just cooked. So, you saw how I just took it out. How I got the wires off. Well, you saw how I got one off. Actually, you saw how I got two off. And like I say, I'm going to take and cut this tang off because it doesn't really fit anywhere. That would make a lot of sense. So I'm going to take that, cut that off, and then bend this back around flat like it's supposed to be. And that is all there is to pulling a starter, and just reverse what you just did to put it back in. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, wherever it's at. Down there, anywhere. Tell a friend, tell a dozen, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.